Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, the Hut, welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe, but also I want to let you know I have a channel called the Prospect Hut. To record this video, the channel needs 37 subscribers to hit 1,000, which means the channel could be completely monetized. And I owe it all to you if you subscribe. I need you to share it, the link, and subscribe to it if you haven't already. So we're going to talk about, again, an update on all the players that are on the trading block or were traded, players that were free agents that signed with teams, and free agents that are still out there. So I'm recording this on the 5th of January. It's be going up during the middle of the day on Saturday. And I got a list. I got some new players on this list. So here we go. First name, obviously, is Shohei Ohtani. He signed with the Dodgers on a massive contract, $700 million for 12 years. It wasn't $700 million. That's what the media says. They said it's $460, even though everybody knows it's $700. It didn't come out to be $700. Okay. Juan Soto got traded from the Padres in a trade that makes no sense. A bunch of sort of middle relievers and a backup catcher for one of the best hitters in the game, and he went to the Yankees. Yoshinobu Yamamoto took his purse puppy and is hiding in the shadow of Shohei Ohtani, and he signed with the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger, we got a new team in on Bellinger. We know about the Cubs, we know about the Giants, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, and now I'm hearing the Angels. Rumor is that the Angels have offered him a 6-year deal. Whether he gets $200 million, that is up to his agent, Scott Boras. Aaron Nola signed with the Phillies. Corbin Burnes is still out there on the market. We're hearing the Phillies, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Yankees, Dodgers, Rangers, San Diego, San Francisco, Angels, and Baltimore. A couple things about the trade market with the pitchers. Pitchers are starting to get traded. Chris Sale went to the Braves, and one of the weirdest deals, a peculiar deal. We also know that Robbie Ray got traded to the Mariners on Friday from Mitch Haniger and DeSclafani. So we have which was actually an interesting trade for both teams. They improved their offense. That's the Mariners. They got Mitch Haniger back, and they still got a pitcher that can replace Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's on the injured list. He had to get Tommy John surgery last year, so he'll be with them sometime either in the beginning of the year or sometime in June, but he is gone there. But Corbin Burnes is still out there. He could get moved. Talk said he's going to get moved. His teammate Willie Adames is probably going to get moved. He's on a 1-year deal. Same with Burnes. Someone should tell Corbin Burnes, don't sit in on your on arbitration this time around. Stay at home. Let the agents take care of it. Adames, I'm hearing the Dodgers, Tampa Bay. Going back to Tampa Bay. The Braves. I would mention the Braves signed Luis Guillorme. Hopefully Guillorme will show up in shape down there in Atlanta. They actually gave him a major league contract. They'll get good defense out of him, but the offense. I will say this: if he gets a hit against the Mets, the Met haters here will flip out. Why'd you let him go? He's another Justin Turner. He's not Justin Turner. He's got to stay in shape. Okay. Also with Adams, I've heard San Francisco and Miami. Blake Snell for the Phillies, the Cubs, the Rangers, the Cardinals, the Giants, the Angels, Boston, San Diego, and I've heard the Yankees. He's a tough sell for teams because he's a weird guy. And the media, I think, is starting to get around to the sort of they're figuring out that there's something wrong. He's not all there. He's not all there. Jordan Montgomery. I've heard the Rangers will go back there possibly. Cardinals, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. Matt Chapman, third baseman. I've heard the Dodgers, but maybe not so much now. We'll see. The Blue Jays going back there. I've heard the Yankees at times. San Francisco, believe it or not, because obviously their manager there. The Cubs, the Tigers, and the Mariners. Sonny Gray signed with the Cardinals. Eduardo Rodriguez signed with the Diamondbacks. Josh Hader has a big market. Not heard any money yet. The Phillies, the Diamondbacks, the Rangers have heard prominently, the Dodgers, and the Yankees. Marcus Stroman. I've heard the Royals and the Angels. His market's been actually pretty quiet. His market is very similar to Blake Snell. Shota Amanaga. I've heard the Red Sox, the Giants, the Padres, Yankees, Mets, Cubs, and the Dodgers. We'll see where he goes. Jameer Candelario. I've heard the Red. He went to the Reds. Jung Ho Lee signed with the Giants. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. signed with the Diamondbacks. Re-signed with them. Mitch Garver signed with the Mariners. The catcher. Lucas Giolito signed with the Red Sox, got a 2-year deal. Kevin Kiermaier re-signed with the Blue Jays. Jorge Soler, we've heard the Giants, the Mariners, the Mets, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Guardians, and Toronto. Rhys Hoskins, right? It doesn't matter what you call him. Miami, Seattle, San Diego, the Cubs, Milwaukee, Washington, I've heard recently, the Angels. Teoscar Hernandez. I've heard Miami, Milwaukee, LA, Angels, Boston, and San Diego. Seth Lugo signed with the Royals. Now it's funny, Harrison Bader, I stopped saying where he was going to go. But for him, I had Boston, Detroit, the Giants, and the Mets. He signed with the Mets on Friday. JD Martinez. I would mention about some of the Mets moves. They're more athletic than they were last season. Because they had 3 guys on this team that weren't athletic, and that's Guillorme, Vogelback, and Narvaez. There's a possibility Narvaez will get traded. He should get traded, to be honest with you. JD Martinez for the Mets prominently recently. Miami, Seattle, San Francisco, and the Angels. Obviously, the Angels need a DH. Justin Turner. I've not heard much from him since 2 weeks ago with the Mets. Michael Wacha signed with the Royals. Kyle Gibson signed with the Cardinals. Jack Flaherty signed with the Tigers. Yuki Matsui signed with the Padres. I don't think he's going to be close there. Brandon Belt is retiring. And Laval, I've heard the Mets, the Miami, and the Twins. Jordan Hicks, I've heard the Phillies, the Giants, Arizona, and the Yankees. Yariel Rodriguez. Most prominent name I've heard, he's a Cuban pitcher. I've heard Toronto. But we've heard Houston, Yankees, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Michael A. Taylor, this is an old, I should update his part of this list. I've heard Boston, Toronto, and Cincinnati. Not the Mets now. The Mets were interested for a while. Tommy Pham, the Yankees, the Angels, and, of course, Milwaukee. Luis Severino signed with the Mets. Ahmed Rosario and Tim Anderson have kind of similar markets. San Francisco, Miami, Oakland, Chicago, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Boston. Jonathan India is on the market. He could be traded. Seattle, Boston, San Francisco. Brandon Woodruff, who was non-tendered. A lot of teams in on him. I'm not going to go through the teams. Tyler Glasnow, went to the Dodgers. Dylan Cease, his name popped up today. I had said the Braves, the Boston Red Sox, Baltimore prominently, the Yankees prominently, Cincinnati prominently, and a team name that I took off was the Mets. I put them back on today since their name was mentioned today. Shane Bieber could be moved. I've heard Cincinnati, the Cubs, Baltimore, New York Yankees, and Dodgers. Now, if you've watched this video, if you've been subscribed to this video and to this channel, you will know what players are on the block and where they could go if you watch my channel. Because I'll give you an idea of who is in on any particular player. So hit that subscribe button so you know what's going on. Gio Urshela, heard the Mets prominently, the Yankees prominently, and Toronto prominently. Paul Blackburn, I don't think he's getting moved, not yet. Heard the Braves, Pittsburgh, Houston, and the Mets. I've actually heard a little bit. Logan Gilbert, I would assume Tampa. It's interesting to see what happens now with what's going on in Seattle. Are they going to make any moves with their pitching? The rumor was that they were very willing to move pitchers. Luis Castillo's name popped up over the last few days. Randy Arozarena, I've heard Seattle, San Diego, Miami. Emmanuel Clase, keep an eye on him. Heard the Dodgers prominently with him. Texas and the Phillies. Jake Cronenworth, I've heard Detroit. I've heard the Mets. I don't think he's going to go to the Mets. Jorge Polanco for the Giants, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners. Max Kepler. Seattle, Toronto, and the Phillies. Christopher Morel. Cleveland, Boston, and Miami. Hyun-Sung Kim, the infielder for the Padres. For Boston, San Francisco, and Cleveland. Christian Yelich, believe it or not, his name's popped up. The Blue Jays, The Phillies, Seattle. Jesus Luzardo. I've heard San Francisco, Baltimore, and the Reds. Framber Valdez. The Cubs, the Giants, and Cincinnati, but I don't think they're going to move him. I don't think so. Trevor Story, I've heard his name up. Trevor Bauer's name, he's going around doing tours. He's talking to different teams. The Mets and the Yankees are not interested from what I heard. I've heard the Angels prominently. Kenley Jansen. And this is interesting. The Dodgers, the Phillies, the Rangers, I've heard the Mets, be surprised with that, Arizona, and the Yankees. So these are all the players so far. I'm constantly updating this list of players, and I will keep updating this for you until some of these guys sign or until my whole entire book is filled. But this is I keep everything written down, handwritten, and everything is written down. Last year, this whole thing was filled. All the players that were free agents signed by this point in the year, last year, and we got a lot of players still available. A lot of good players, not Hall of Famers, but good players. So hit that subscribe button so you know what's going on with these players, what the market is, who's interested in them, where they're gonna go. I scour every rumor, and there's very few curveballs that I get. Very few on this list. So let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe.